What's up, friends? I'm Essel, and this is Hollow Knight. Last time, we killed the False Knight. There's a big old guy over here whose corpse should still be here. His hammer's gone, or his mace is gone, but his little slug body is decomposing softly in the soil. And we got the thing. Wait. This is a new session, so my ability to use a controller is compromised. Right, the city crest, the stone slab bearing the crest of the Howlest capital city. So let's go try to figure out what to do with that, shall we? Going down this hallway, which takes us to uncharted lands. To where the cartographer has never gone before. Now, did we buy the mapping tools? I know that was... we got the compass, right, okay. So next time we're at the store and we have enough geo for it, we should definitely pick up the mapping tools. At least for my own sanity, if not for it being actually useful for combat. It'll be the kind of item that, like, will save us a lot of heartache over time. Nice. Oh! Who is that creeping out of the darkness? My, you're looking grim. Strange, empty face and a wicked-looking weapon. This is the snail shaman, by the way. Something important has drawn you into Howlenists. I have so much trouble with this word, corpse, but I won't ask what. Perhaps the reason you found me is because you need my help. Say no more, friend. I'm gonna give you a gift. A nasty little spell of my own creation. It's just perfect for a little one like you. Whoa. Magic, let's go. Whoa, that was so cool. Consumed the Vengeful Spirit. Okay, so we're consuming spirits. That's very interesting. We didn't, like, learn a spell. We consumed a spirit. Tab B to unleash the spirit. Spells will deplete soul. Punish soul by striking enemies. Oh, so I did call that earlier. That we would have to learn how to manage our soul meter to both heal us and to let us use spells. Oh, you've woken at last. I apologize. Perhaps I should have warned you about the power of that spell. I was watching over you as you slept, but seemed to have slipped away myself. Now we're awake. I was wondering whether you'd do me a small favor. Not as repayment for my gift, of course, simply because we're now friends. You see, a horrid great beast has made its home into the heart of this temple. Such disrespect. I would be quite grateful if you were to venture deeper in and slay it for me. It's a hardy creature. With your new power, you're more than a match for it. Good luck with a small favor, my friend. Okay, thanks, bud. Whoa! Yeah, like a... What? That was a crazy line nuke. Oh my god, it's ridiculous. I really do like the vertical and, but it's still vertical. Going down is vertical. Melee attacks. That's something that hasn't been explored enough until, you know, recent 2D platformers have really started to push at that more recently, and it's so good, in my opinion. It's a really engaging mechanic. And a great way to, like, mix up what otherwise would be stale combat. That is so crazy! Oh, rip. I guess spells should be rather strong if they're to make up for the fact that, you have to use your health packs, pretty much, to replenish your health and mana pack, or vials, or potions, or whatever, are coming from the same pool. So you're creating them at the same time. You're drawing them from the same resource pool. Oh god. Oh, it gives you soul. Sweet. Is it worth it to Vengeful Spirit these guys? We can do it in midair too! And we have 420 geo. This is perfect. We're out of spirit. I mean soul. Soul to cast spirit. I suppose I should say. I am a big fan of the fact that we can build up soul so quickly. I am, like, you know, we're still in very early stages in this game, so I'm excited to see how, like, the combat evolves and becomes more fluid and all that jazz. Did I not absorb enough? Damn. Might be out of soul. So that was all a bonus area. Welcome to bonus stage. Here we go. Hey, oh, you're gonna shoot the little armadillos at me. Oh, okay. Oh, rip. I did try. Okay, that's fine. We can make it back there. Oof. I will say, I always hesitate nowadays to make any sort of Dark Souls comparisons. It's number one, it's not fair. Because I have, as anybody who watches me on Twitch knows, a great fondness for the Souls-born, whatever, things that FromSoft does. Or things that FromSoft do. Plurals, collective nouns. Anyway. But this shadow mechanic is very much a legacy of Souls, and I'm not upset about that. I'm really glad that games like this and Shovel Knight are making use of it to a really powerful degree. I personally have been like a really, you know, one of my biggest criticisms of games like that are platformers in the past, you know, 5-10 years has been that they've been adhering to this classic design structure of like a life-based incentive to not die. Like, games would either abandon incentives to die in the first place. Like, they would just, like, say, you know, whatever, like, dying doesn't matter. Which I think is totally valid. And maybe the best way to go about things in the future. Like, at this point in gaming's history, platforming is generally, by itself, not the end goal. Oh god. Get the shadow. Oh god. There we go. Okay. Heal. If it's particularly difficult platforming, if you die too much, it's gonna suck, because it's gonna be kind of boring. Oh. Far downward? Like, the slope affect that? Like, Super Meat Boy? If Super Meat Boy had lives, we'd be in a bad place as a society. Like, it would have caused too much pain. And I jumped into it. So the long and short of like this platformer should stop using lives is that lives are like a kind of arcade style approach to ensuring that you don't want to die. It's like, hey, if you don't want to die, you have to do this thing over again. And it's very much based on like a credit system, you know? Whereas I don't know that that fits with a lot of game structures. Whereas this new system, like the Bloodstain, we can call it the Bloodstain system, I guess, for now, for like lack of a better term. Just because it makes sense. Or like saying like the thing where you leave behind your currency upon death is probably too much of a mouthful. So we'll call it Bloodstains for now. Bloodstains ensure that like dying is a bad thing. Like, you don't want to die because you're gonna lose the stuff you've been working so hard to gather. But you get a chance to get it back. You don't immediately lose all your stuff. And you have a pretty reasonable chance to get back there because you've been there before. It's not like, oh, if you beat the boss, you get your stuff back. It's, if you make it back to where you were before, if you continue your progress, you get to keep your stuff. I think that's like a very valuable way of approaching this kind of level design. Because it is encouraging you to like make progress on your own abilities. I do want to build up soul real quick. So I do want to like spam this guy down, I think. We could heal, or we could just push B several times. Oh, oops. Oops. Okay, let's just not get hit this time. And while you're collecting stuff to get back to your bloodstain, you're farming souls, or Geo, or whatever. Oh my god. This is actually a pretty tough guy. If I took less damage on the way to him, I think that'd be better. But that's the same with any sort of game that employs a bloodstain. It's like, you just need to take less damage on your way over there, and then you'll be fine. So it encourages you to like both learn an area, because you have to get better at the area itself, as well as the encounter you're having trouble with, whether it's a boss or a mini-boss or, you know, a hunter or something like that. So I think like at the end of things, it's a really effective way to get you engaging with the level in ways that you wouldn't otherwise. It even encourages like new methods of, you know, either damage boosting or running through a level in ways that you wouldn't have thought of before, just to get to your bloodstain. I think it encourages creativity, and at the same time it encourages like playing safe and being cautious and slowing down to see what a level has to threaten you with. It's like a very multifaceted approach. They're like lives, like if you die, you get to do it again. And there's no, you have nothing to encourage you to approach the level differently. So there's nothing on the line except like dying again. And in a lot of games with lives, you can farm lives quickly enough that they become meaningless quickly anyway. And also, it's really nice that like the system, you know, not so coincidentally, allows a game to add some theming in as well. You know, Dark Souls, of course, has the bloodstains because they're trying to reinforce the idea that universes are parallel and that these worlds are colliding. Oh, hey, what's this? The Soul Catcher. Used by shamans to draw more soul from the world around them. Increases the amount of soul gained when striking an enemy with a nail. Yes. Oh, right, benches. Duh. I think that is rather important, knowing that we can only equip, we can't like re-equip charms on the fly. It's a big deal. Oh, it's done then. You've slain the beast, and we'll talk about theming in a second. The poor thing must have been terrified of you. Used to be quite docile. The rents area in these caverns filled it with some ancient rage. Still, you did what had to be done. You have my gratitude. Of course, we both know you wouldn't have made it through without that spell of mine. Oh. This guy. And look, the gate between us has opened. What a coincidence. That's bizarre. I certainly wasn't trapping you in there to do my bidding. I'm sure you're eager to move on. Farewell, and have faith. Whatever you are seeking, it will find you. Oh. I do like this guy. For as weird as he is, he gave us a cool thing. Which is something, at least. And that's like at least better than being hostile. Oh, in case we did not notice, I'm gonna move to 15-minute episodes for the next batch. See how 15 does, and if 15 is still feeling a little too short, we'll do 20. But for now, I'm gonna try 15 and see how that goes. Oh hey. Sorry I missed you. If you're feeling lost, why not pop up to our store in Dirtmouth and purchase a map of this area? Available now for an excellent price. Thank you, Cornifer. Oh, is this... Oh, wow! They Dark Souls me! I didn't even realize they were gonna Dark Souls me. I have a map. I should have realized, but... They did a shortcut. This is dark. This is a... I mean, to be fair, Metroidvanias have been doing that kind of stuff for a while. But for me, at least... Dark Souls was the one to get shortcuts really, really, really right in a big way. So when I think of doing big shortcuts between areas now, I'm thinking of Dark Souls. But that might be chronologically inaccurate of me. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I mean, I think so. Theming, right? Real quick. I would be honestly shocked if, like, the shadow representation of our character doesn't come into play later in the game. If we don't turn into the shadow, or if we don't otherwise somehow fight the shadow, or have that explained, I would be shocked. Oh, what? We might have to strike it, I guess. How do we get out of here? Oh, I'm gonna try territory here. We must keep climbing. I do want to get back to Dirtmouth to check on what we can buy in the map store. Both for new maps and for other tools, like the mapping device. Unless the mapping device takes an inventory slot, in which case, don't know how I feel about that. I think this is probably still faster than going to the Stagway. Although the Stagway is excellent, this does feel like it's probably faster still. Also, shout out to the OST. It's so good.
Bapanada.
Okay, so Quill. I want to say that the compass mentioned it had a slot, so let's buy this. Let's see, bench pin, that's sweet. I think, what would I care about the Stagways the most, probably. And then hot springs are nice, vendors are nice, cocoons are nice, but I think the next one is benches for like priorities for me. Let's take a look. Yo. So real quick, to see how that works, let's hop into the Stagway and travel back down into the, you know, the area, the catacombs, the underground. Underground? Names escape me right now. Forgotten Crossroads. I remember how things work. So we've heard that a lot before. Forgotten Crossroads. I know what things are called. Trust me. Man, the animation work in this game is so ridiculously good. It's kind of crazy. So let's take a look at this real quick. I don't see any mapping here. Like the pins have not shown up yet. Actually, let's see what happens if we leave this room. If it counts as having entered that room. I'm trying to figure out when it activates the map. Like if we travel out of here, will they mark that? Now I'm just curious. I'm going over time right now, but that's because I need to know how this works. It might only work in the overworld too. That's possible. Like we haven't purchased like the Forgotten Crossroads mapping tool yet. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but we'll find out. Let's see. Nope, nothing else new, so either I'm not using this correctly or... Oh, whenever we rest! Oh! I really should have checked that. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, this is so helpful. The mapping tool was for sure useful. Because it gives us that, like, you know, that idea of where we've been and where we haven't been. That's really important in a game like this. And then also the pins are great. But anyway, folks, that is all the time I have for today. I'll be back tomorrow with more Hollow Knight. Next time, we're going to be doing some more exploring and hopefully, eventually, finding what to do with the item that I'm trying to open the menu for. There we go. The City Crest. See if we can find out where that goes. But until then, of course, please consider pushing some of the lovely buttons below this channel, below this video, and help me out. Or not. Up to you. But until next time, in any case, enjoy yourselves, and peace out.